Hey, how you doing? This time I'd like to call town council meeting to order. And this time I'd like to ask Councilman Jenkins to have our invocation and pledge allegiance to the flag. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this time to serve you. We ask you to watch over all of those who protect us in our land. What we ask for tonight is your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, at this time we have a couple of proclamations we'd like to present. And Ms. Beth, this time I'll meet you down front.
Whereas ovarian cancer is one of the most common cancers among women, and the American Cancer Society estimates that in the United States in 2021, about 22,000 new cases of ovarian cancer will be diagnosed, and there will be about 15,000 deaths from the disease. And whereas ovarian cancer touches women of all backgrounds and ages, because of a lack of early symptoms and effective screening tests, ovarian cancer is often not detected in time for successful interventions. It is essential that women recognize the symptoms and consult with a doctor if symptoms are not only present, but persistent. And whereas increased public awareness of the symptoms and risk factors of ovarian cancer will enhance chances of early detection and increase survival rates. And whereas these women are more than a statistic, they are mothers, sisters, daughters, wives, aunts, grandmothers, friends, neighbors, and coworkers. This month, we commit to the advocacy of ovarian cancer. We lend our support to those living with the disease, and we remember the brave women who have lost their lives to ovarian cancer. Now, therefore, does Ricky Waring, Mayor of the town of Summerville, hereby proclaim September 2021 as Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. Whereas cancer is the leading cause of disease-related death among children, and whereas in the United States, 46 children per day are diagnosed with cancer, and whereas there are approximately 40,000 children on active treatment at any given time, and whereas researchers and healthcare professionals work diligently, dedicating their expertise to treat and cure children with cancer, and whereas Childhood Cancer Awareness Month recognizes the courage and compassion of those children and their families throughout South Carolina and the nation who have battled or are currently battling cancer. And whereas by working together to raise awareness of the devastating effects of childhood cancer and the need for continued research into the causes of and a cure for the disease, we can make a positive difference for families, patients, and survivors in the future. Now therefore does Ricky Waring, Mayor of the Town of Summerville, hereby proclaim September 2021 as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Next, we have the approval of minutes.
Okay. I have a motion that we approve the minutes.
Mr. Mayor, I'll move that we approve the minutes from Town Council meeting of August 12th, the special council meeting and public hearing of August 12th, special call council meeting of August 27th, and the standing committee meetings of September 7th.
I'll second.
All right, motion made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor signify by raising the right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, the ayes carry. Moving
Mr.
on to
Mayor,
the next.
I don't have any public comment for items on the council agenda.
Let's see, public comments. Okay, but we'll open the meeting now for public comments.
We didn't have any sign up for the agenda items.
Okay. Okay, no public comments. Okay, petitions.
Petition by Summerville Partners of Georgia LLP to annex Dorchester County TMS numbers 15200000014 and 016, located on Dorchester Road and totaling approximately 278.53 acres, currently zoned CG General Commercial and R4 Multifamily Residential in Dorchester County, and will be zoned PUD Planned Development District upon annexation into the town of Summerville's municipal limits. This is in Council District 5. The Planning Commission held a public hearing and made a recommendation for approval at their meeting on August 16th, 2021. The Planning and Development Committee voted to move the item to full council with their recommendation for approval at their meeting on September 7th, 2021.
Have a motion?
Mr. Mayor, I'd make a motion that we approve first reading, certainly for conversation as well.
A second?
I'll second just for the purpose of proceeding with the conversation, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, sir. The study that's done on this, to determine whether or not it's a net loss or a net plus, shows it basically a break even. If we annex this property, if we look at our expenditures and the income we get off of it for the next 20 years or so. It's not financially to our advantage to proceed with this at this time. I think the issue is we don't need any more houses for our tax base. We need commercial. This property is zoned in the county, about half of it's zoned general commercial, the other half residential. But the plan for it now, if it comes into the town, is 375 single-family units and 80,000 square feet of commercial. The total area of residential is going to be 130 and commercial only 10.5, and on the 10.5 acres, only 80,000 square feet of commercial. So I'm concerned about the mix of commercial and residential. Also, I've got reservations about taking over a 15-acre piece of property for a park. I think we get spread too thin with acquisition of property for parks. It isn't the acquisition, it's the maintenance that I think is going to get us in the long run. So that's another issue I've got with it.
Any other discussion?
I know Walter's looked at this closely. What is the average price of the homes that they're planning to do in this tract? What are the houses gonna sell for if they're able to do this?
I don't know if we know that. Yeah.
And
I
it's something
think
that
we're
if
still in a PUD, so
we've said in the past that there's a certain value that a house has to have to make it serviceable for the town, where the town doesn't lose money, right? So we want to make sure that we're getting, we have to provide police and fire and a whole host of other things.
Well, we have Michael's done a evaluation on that, and right now we had the break-even point for the subdivision. So over a 20-year period. I'm in agreement with Mr. Bailey that we pass it for first reading and then turn it over to the staff to do work with the developer for a development agreement. And then come back to us before we think about doing a second reading. And also work with us and let us know as they go through this development agreement, that we get some input in the development agreement also, and talk about the things like what you're talking about, Mr. Brown. And to make sure that we don't have all houses in there, and we have more commercial than just 10 acres. We need more than that. And I also agree that we don't need 15 acres of park and one subdivision in the back of the subdivision that nobody's gonna use it except that one subdivision. I think that's crazy. But for us to keep up a 15-acre park for one subdivision. But saying that, we're not doing anything but having one reading where we can turn it over to the staff to do some negotiating for development agreement. And once we get that, we can or start working on that, we can go through it and then decide whether we have second reading and actually bring them into town.
Mr. Mayor, I'm totally in agreement with what you have just said. I also don't agree with taking over that park at this time. I think that the parks that we have, we need to focus on making some improvements in some of those parks. Plus, the park that we've just recently started down by the river, we've got a lot of money going into that right now. But also, I'm not against passing this for first reading and agreement with you that send it back to planning to see what else we can do about bringing in more commercial.
Incidentally, I know that usually we do a first and a second reading on these things, but this petition here, it doesn't say first reading, but this is the first reading, right?
Right. Bill, you got anything?
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor, I'll be recusing myself in this matter. I've performed legal work for Summerville Partners of Georgia in the past.
Okay. All right, no more discussion. All in favor of this signify by raising your right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? Ayes carry.
Abstain.
One abstention.
Petition by Extra Effort Sports LLC to annex Dorchester County TMS number 44000075, located at 620 Greenwave Boulevard, approximately 0.918 acres, currently zoned CG General Commercial in Dorchester County and will be zoned GB General Business upon annexation into the town of Summerville limits. This is in Council District 4. The Planning Commission held a public hearing and made a recommendation for approval at their meeting on August 16th, 2021. The Planning and Development Committee voted to move the item to full council with their recommendation for approval at their meeting on September 7th, 2021.
Mr. Mayor, I would move acceptance of the petition and first reading of the ordinance.
Second.
Okay, motion made and second. Any discussion? No discussion. All in favor signify by raising your right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes carry.
Petition by the town of Somerville to annex the North Maple Street right-of-way fronting on tracks 36, 39, 40, 41, 42, 46, 47, 49, 50, 51, 52, 58, 59, 60, 61, 71, and 78. The Planning Commission held a public hearing and made a recommendation for approval at their meeting on August 16th, 2021. Planning and Development Committee voted to move the item to full council with their recommendation for approval at their meeting on September 7th, 2021.
Mr. Mayor, I move acceptance of the petition and first reading of the ordinance.
Second.
Okay, motion made and second. Any discussion? Not, all in favor signify by raising your right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes carry.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to annex Dorchester County TMS number 13607010002, located at 100 West Butternut Road and totaling approximately 0.85 acres, currently zoned CN Neighborhood Commercial in Dorchester County and will be zoned NB Neighborhood Business upon annexation into the town of Summerville limits, and this is in Council District 1.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve this for second and final reading,
Second.
this petition.
Motion made and second. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand, voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes carry.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to annex Berkeley County TMS numbers 221000005, 200, 201, 202, and 22000020019, approximately 100.23 acres total, currently zoned PDOPIP Plan Development District Office or Industrial Park in Berkeley County, and will be zoned GB General Business upon annexation into the town of Somerville's municipal limits, and this is in Council District 2.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move second and final reading of the ordinance.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand, saying yes.
Aye.
Likewise. Motion carried.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to annex Berkeley County TMS number 221000007, approximately 2.926 acres, located at 1321 Beagle Road, currently zoned HI Heavy Industrial in Berkeley County, and will be zoned GB General Business upon annexation into the town of Somerville's municipal limits, and this is in Council District 2.
I move we give second and final reading of the ordinance.
Second that.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand and saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes carried.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to annex Berkeley County TMS number 22100000006, approximately 7.36 acres, located on Beagle Road, currently zoned HI Heavy Industrial in Berkeley County and will be zoned GB General Business upon annexation into the town of Summer municipal limits, and this is in Council District 2.
Make a motion, we approve second and final reading.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Discussion? No discussion. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes carried.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to rezone TMS numbers 13000000008 and 13000000050 located on North Maple Street, approximately 20.91 acres and owned by CVEA Summerville LLC from NMX Neighborhood Mixed Use to GB General Business, and this is in Council District 1.
Make a motion, we approve second and final reading.
I'll second it, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Voting yes.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed likewise. Motion carried.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to authorize the mayor or town administrator to execute a quitclaim deed for a 1,127.16 square foot portion of an unimproved right-of-way of Noisette Road to AMH Development LLC.
I'll make a motion that we give second and final reading of this, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
Mr. Mayor,
Need a second.
Yes, sir.
of course, discuss, I'd like to bring, there's a discrepancy in the meets and bounds, description is the last meets and bound description. North 31 degrees, 12 minutes, 33 seconds, west 69.23 feet. Should be north 58 degrees, 45 minutes, 28 seconds, 21.366 feet. I'll have that corrected in the form that's presented for your signature.
Thank you, sir.
So
Okay,
I still make the motion as.
you got the motion
amended by the-
as amended. Okay. We got a second?
Second.
Okay, motion made and second. Discussion? All those in favor signify by raising your right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes carried.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to dissolve the Summerville Redevelopment Corporation.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we place that after the executive session, since we'll be addressing that during executive session.
Second.
Okay, discussion? All right, all in favor signify by raising your right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes carried.
Second and final reading of an ordinance to amend Chapter 2, Article 5, Division 2, Purchasing by adding a new section to be known as Section 2-327, Cooperative Purchasing.
Motion to approve second and final reading.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Ayes carried.
First reading of an ordinance adopting the Town of Summerville Midtown Redevelopment Plan, establishing the Midtown Redevelopment Project Area, making certain findings of blight within the Midtown Redevelopment Project Area, designating and defining redevelopment projects consisting of public improvements within the redevelopment project area, designating appropriate redevelopment project costs, approving an overall redevelopment plan, approving an agreement between the town and Dorchester County School District 2 relating to the foregoing, providing for notice and public hearing in connection with the foregoing, providing for notice of adoption hereof and other matters related thereto.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move first reading of the ordinance.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any discussion?
Yes, sir. Mr. Mayor, I've got some reservations about the sawmill development portion of the funds. it's an excellent project, and I realize it's a linchpin of the entire TIF. But as we know, the TIF is restricted to public improvements. And a majority of what's going to sawmill development appears to me to be things that a developer would normally be paying for as part of their development. And I'm not clear on everything that if it's outside of the development, but it's benefiting the development, I have no problem with it. But internal improvements, such as traffic signals, if those are for internal streets that don't exist now, but will exist in the subdivision, roadways within the subdivision or within the development, CPW easements and utility lines within the development. I mean, I understand that what's going to happen is the developer is going to be making those expenditures as they're incurred. And at some point in the future, the town reimburses them for it out of the TIF. To my knowledge, we've never, in the 12 years I've been on council, we've never paid for things within a development. The developer would, for example, put a road down according to our standards, and we would take the road over if it met those standards. But there'd be no money changed hands. We wouldn't pay for the road. The developer pays for it. We assume that responsibility to take the road to relieve the developer of that obligation. I just think this is unprecedented. And I really question whether or not, if this is indeed what's going to happen, whether it's going to violate either the intent or the spirit of the TIF legislation. I'm not expressing a legal opinion on it. It's just a concern I've got. I'm gonna vote for first reading, but I've got, again, strong reservations on second, but because of what I've just expressed.
Any other discussion?
Well, this is the first reading. We've got time to review some of the things
Right.
that Councilman Bailey
Right.
mentioned, so we'll look into it.
Okay, no other discussion. All in favor of first reading, signify by raising your right hand, and vote aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise? Ayes carry.
Right. Under miscellaneous, resolution for recommendations from the Planning Commission on an amended capital improvements plan and a revised impact fee ordinance.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move approval of the resolution.
Second.
Motion made and second. Discussion? If not, all in favor, signify by raising your right hand. Saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise? Ayes carry.
Resolution to grant a license to the Summerville Girls Softball League for the use of fields 5 and 6 together with the adjacent concession stand located at the Jerry Blackwell Sports Complex at Cahagan Park.
Motion to approve the resolution to grant a license.
Second.
Okay, motion made and second. Any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by raising your right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise? Ayes carry. Okay,
right.
now we open for public comments.
First for public comment, Linda Wetzel.
My name is Linda Wetzel, 108 Atlantic Street in Summerville. I want to thank whoever from the town came and cleaned up Atlantic Street. And also the flooding. I hope that it's fixed because someone came today and unplugged the ditch that's behind at the end of our road. This should have never happened. And I just hope that the maintenance on all of Summerville, not just certain parts of Summerville, be fixed. That to live in a neighborhood like this somebody needs to be there on board so that all the neighborhoods are clean and straightened out. Thank you.
Next, Zandrina Riley.
Council members. I'm writing because I've been living here for a long time, since '87, and the community in Robin Wind, which used to be Greentown, is changing so drastically, as we all see. And I spent some time walking around the community and talking to some of the people that live there, their own homes. It's really dilapidated. You know, everything's looking beautiful around Robin Wind. In the middle is all a mess. You know, I know some of the back is coming down because they're putting in a new road, but I'm a widow, I'm a senior, and I'm wondering, how do we go about getting the American Rescue Plan to help us fix our houses, take care of some of the roads that are messed up, put in some more lighting, take down some of all of the forestry that's grown over. I've written a letter. I think everybody has a copy. And I really would like you to take some extra time to spend some time in Robin Wind and meet with some of the people that own property and talk to us and how we feel. You know, we love what's going on, but right in that nucleus right there needs to be taken care of. You know, I'm a senior myself, and my job has been affected with COVID. I'm a massage therapist. I teach massage. Massage has been closed down, but I'm in need of, there's water damage in my backyard. You know, I've got overgrown trees. I still got some human work too. But the residents around my community, we're getting older. And I put down in the letter who's seniors. I even spoke with some young couples that have young kids. And we really would like to be able to tap some of the American Rescue Plan money and fix up our property and the streets and lighting and all of that. I appreciate you taking my time, taking this time to listen, and I hope to hear from you. Okay? Thank you so much.
Anybody else? Thank you. Okay. Executive session.
Mr. Mayor, I move we go into executive session to receive legal advice regarding vaccination of town employees, the dissolution of Summerville Redevelopment Corporation, and the potential sale of 4.04 acre tract, and in regard to personnel matter relating to the Director of Building Services.
Second. Motion made, seconded. Any discussion? If not, all in favor, signify by raising your right hand, saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Motion carried.